By now, sends them up right now. He's up right now. Oh, yeah.
Hello and welcome to Big Dash Knows. Big Dash knows what? New York Giants football. Let's go. We are 2 days away, people. Just 2 days away from the New York Giants versus Dallas Cowboys Sunday Night Football, and I'm so excited. And I can tell by just the feeling in the room when I'm on Twitter, the comments, the tweets that are going out. People are excited about this game. People are excited about the New York Giants versus the Dallas Cowboys, and rightfully so, because I believe it's going to be the biggest game of the week. Not just in terms of football, I'm talking about in terms of ratings. This is going to be a big game, one of the best rivalry games of the week. And yeah, I remember year after year, I used to hate playing the Dallas Cowboys first. Like it was almost, that was the given for so many years. And then we had a small little break from that. And then now we're right back in it. And you guys remember, if you follow me, you remember I wanted the New York Giants versus the New York Jets week 1. It didn't happen. We got the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm still excited because here's the thing. Last year, we saw what it was when it came to the Dallas Cowboys. I remember Evan Neal getting beat by DeMarcus Lawrence. I remember all of that. And now we got the tweets going out from Lawrence, talking about whatever he's talking about, putting up the clips of him beating Evan Neal. And then we got the tweets of Micah Parsons talking about doomsday coming. You can't avoid doomsday. I'm ready for doomsday. What is this doomsday? Doomsday for you, not doomsday for me. Doomsday for you. It's no more running. It's no more talking. You got to show up on the field Sunday night. The fans can't do any more talking. All of the spaces on Twitter, things like that. We can't do any more. The time is now. It's here. And I'm just ready to go. So let me first off say this. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're a New York Giants fan, like I'm a New York Giants fan, and like a lot of people that are already subscribed, a New York Giants fan, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Join the family. And I'm going to call y'all family, Giants family. And let's do the damn thing, man. Let's do it. Okay, so let's talk about the injury report. So we got new news today. Darren Waller was added to the injury report. Hamstring. So we don't know exactly, what the extent of that is. I believe he is marked as questionable for the game. I don't know what happened. It's very upsetting. It is upsetting because you wanted to see this debut, and I still think we're going to be able to see that. Again, I think the trainers will get him right. He'll be able to go. If they got to put him on a pitch count, it's one thing, but I need to see Darren Waller on the field if he's right. And I said this too, when we first got Darren Waller, the one thing about it was we didn't know exactly what Darren Waller we were going to get. And then we had training camp, we had the preseason, and we saw what Darren Waller was. And we're excited about it. So for a lot of people getting this news or just now seeing this news about the hamstring of Darren Waller, calm down, relax, because I remember even when we didn't know who we were getting, I said just his presence alone on the field makes the defense respected. They got to respect that man when he's on the field. So if he's not 100%, if we're not getting the best Darren Waller, even a 85% Darren Waller demands some respect, from that defense. And not saying that you want to use him as a decoy, but you want to keep this defense honest so everything else can flow. So I do believe he plays. Again, he is marked as questionable. Unlike Wan'Dale Robinson, who is listed as doubtful for the game. Not surprising, though. I'm still optimistic about this man making his debut Sunday night against the Dallas Cowboys, and I don't think he wants to miss that game either. So it's probably going to take a lot for that man to miss this game. So let's talk about some of the other injuries on this injury report. So we got Brightwell, Cam Brown, Lawrence Cager, DJ Davidson, Cordell Flott, Javarius Owens. It's a lot of names on this list. It's probably the most names we've seen since like the beginning of training camp. All these guys did have limited practice, so they're probably all going to be questionable going into the game. But I'm understanding what's going on. Again, you don't want to give away too much. So if these guys are good to go, you're still going to have these guys at limited practice because you want to play to any advantage that you have. On the Dallas side, they have Jordan Lewis, Tyler Smith, Sam Williams, Donovan Wilson, and also late news yesterday, Tyron Smith. So Tyler Smith and Tyron Smith both on the injury report. That's their whole left side. And we already know you're dealing with Dexter Lawrence, you're dealing with Leonard Williams. It is what it is when it comes to that. Even when you're healthy, that's going to be a big task. Now you're talking about these guys a little bit hampered. Now here's the thing though. I want these guys to be like Dallas. I want them to be absolutely healthy. I want Dallas to be absolutely healthy. You know why? Let me tell you why. Because I don't want any excuses. Sunday night after the game when we beat the Dallas Cowboys, I don't want any excuses. People talking about, oh, if these guys were healthy, no way the Giants. I don't want to hear none of that. So I want these guys healthy and ready to go. Ready to go. I want them healthy and ready to go. I want to beat, I sound like a kid. I want to beat the Dallas Cowboys fair and square. Fair and square. I want to beat the Dallas Cowboys. I don't want to hear no excuses about that. None at all. At all. So in other news, also, we had the pressers from the coaches. You know, all the coordinators spoke. Dable spoke. And I always like to start with Wink Martindale, because when Wink speaks, I listen. I shut my mouth, open my ears, and I listen, because he drops jewels and he's honest all the time. And the beat writers did a fantastic job asking their questions this week. They talked about they asked about Isaiah Simmons. You know, how's the fit? Wink praised the fit. He said that he has this positionless defense and that Isaiah Simmons is the epitome of, positionless. He's going to be used all over the place. Wherever they need a play to be made, Isaiah Simmons is going to be there, whether it's off the edge, in the middle, at the second level, if it's going to be in coverage, covering tight ends, covering running backs out of the backfield. Isaiah Simmons has it all covered. He's going to be that puzzle piece, not even a puzzle piece, that's the wrong word. He's going to be that chess piece that we can use at our advantage all over the place. Kind of like how we have Dallas has a Micah Parsons that they can use all over the place. Not calling Isaiah Simmons Micah Parsons. I'm just saying that skill set can be used all over the place. So I'm loving what Wink said about Isaiah Simmons. Also, I love the praise that he gave Deonte Banks. One thing he said about Deonte Banks is that he loves his maturity. For a guy his age, he is very, very mature. The way he handles adversity, he's very, very mature. Now, we all remember when Deonte Banks started training camp, it was a little bit rocky. And you heard all the news about how good Trey Hawkins was doing, and it was a little bit rocky for Deonte Banks. During that time, his personality didn't change. He was the same guy himself, lighthearted, having fun, cracking jokes. I believe Adoree Jackson said he even sings sometimes. That's cool. But as preseason went, training camp went, the practice starting to stack up. He started performing even better. And now we're at the beginning of the season and these guys are ready to go. He also talked about Trey Hawkins. And not sure how this guy lasted so long. And here's the thing, not everybody can get it right. Scouts are scouts. Some guys fall through the cracks. And Trey Hawkins is looking like one of those guys that, fell through the cracks. And I'm happy that he's a New York Giant. They talked about Adoree Jackson, Adoree Jackson also had a presser earlier the week, and he had nothing but high praise, for the young cornerbacks in the room with him. And again, I'm so excited about our defense right now. You have some question marks when it comes to the cornerbacks, but as far as expectations, I have high expectations for these young guys to be able to grow within the position and be the type of guys that we need for a long time. So let me switch it over to the offense. Mike Kafka also spoke to. And the beat writers, shout out to the beat writers, did a fantastic job with the questions for Mike Kafka. One of the questions, they mentioned that Saquon Barkley would like to be used more in the passing game. And even last year, we thought we were going to see a lot more Saquon Barkley in the receiving game, but it didn't happen. And there's a lot of reasons why we didn't see that. For me personally, I think a lot of that blame is to the offensive line, not necessarily the scheme, but being able to protect, routes from the running back. And when you're talking about the running back and running back routes, you need a little bit more time for those routes to develop. Not like when you're throwing to the flats and the quick outs and things like that. No, but a lot of running back routes are take a little bit longer to develop. And we just didn't have that kind of time, for Barkley to get open, in those routes. Now, we did have a couple of good passes to Barkley when the protection was good and that play was called, but a lot of time, that Daniel Jones had, and you can go to the stat finder tell you that Daniel Jones had such and such time, and it was this ranked for all the quarterbacks. No, when you look at it, he's buying time and then making the plays, so he's doing that with his feet. It's not just straight up, pocket time, being able to maneuver and get through your progressions. We'll argue that with anybody. I don't care. But he also talked about his wide receiver room, how high it is coming along. He's loving that. He talked about Darren Waller, of course, fitting into this offense. Loved that too. And again, this was prior to the new injury report where they had these interviews. And I'm just excited to see what Mike Kafka is going to do, with this offense. The second year with Daniel Jones at helm, in this scheme with some new talent on the outside, a fresh, healthy Saquon Barkley, a hopefully revamped and revived offensive line. John Michael Schmitz means a lot. Evan Neal's maturation and progression means a lot, especially in this game. And I'll talk about that a little bit too, man. I'm pretty sure Evan Neal has this game circled. This one and the next one against Dallas. He has it circled because he knows that man, DeMarcus Lawrence, had a field day. Tank Lawrence had a field day against Evan Neal that first time we faced him. I'm sure Evan Neal remembers that. It might even be a poster on his wall in his room when he looks at it. But I think that fire in Evan Neal's belly is burning, and he can't wait. He can't wait to get back out there and prove a point, not only to the Dallas Cowboys, but prove a point for himself that he is the guy that we drafted so high in the draft. And that was highly thought of as far as a offensive tackle, during the draft process. Other than that, Micah Parsons, again, with his doomsday tweets, jabs that he's throwing out there. Listen, there's no more talking, man. If you want to call it doomsday, call it doomsday. And it ain't doomsday for us. It's not doomsday for the New York Giants. It's doomsday for y'all. For y'all. And we can look at Micah Parsons' stats. He is a fantastic player, but something happens when he plays the Giants. He can get the pressure, but he doesn't have too many sacks against the New York Giants. Andrew Thomas, when he's lined up against Andrew Thomas has fared well, very well against Micah Parsons. And I think that that's not going to change this week. I understand that Micah Parsons is training for MMA. I saw him out there boxing and doing his thing. But just like people believe he got better, even better than what he is, Andrew Thomas also got better. And Andrew Thomas also has a fire in his belly and a chip on his shoulder for being snubbed. And what better opportunity to prove yourself even more to the league, to the players. He didn't make the top 100. Than to do his thing against Micah Parsons and whoever else they put on that side. Get you a couple pancakes, keep the quarterback clean, and let's get this thing done. I'm excited. I hope you're excited too, man. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. If you made it this far into the video and you're not subscribed, shame on you, man. I'm gonna give you a little bit of time to hit that subscribe button right now. I forgive you. But this is a New York Giants channel. I'm Big Dash Nose. I'm the New York Giant. I don't even know what to call myself. Enthusiast, lover of the New York Giants my whole life. You can feel my energy when I'm talking to you guys. I can feel your energy in the comments. For those that comment and leave all of your comments down, the messages down there, and love and support, I feel that energy, and I appreciate that, man. The channel is growing. I appreciate you guys for that too. And let's keep this thing moving. Let's keep growing within this Giants community, because I'm loving all the support that I'm getting, man. But I got a couple of bold predictions, and if you follow me on Twitter, you've probably seen a couple of those bold predictions. Bold prediction number 1 for this game. Bold prediction number 1: Kayvon Thibodeau will have 3 sacks in the first half. That's bold prediction number 1. Bold prediction number 2 for Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones will have 3 total touchdowns in this game versus the Dallas Cowboys. 3. And you see a little bit of a pattern here, the pattern of 3s. And lastly, my third bold prediction, another one for Daniel Jones, is I have Daniel Jones with 300 all-purpose yards. 300 all-purpose yards in this game. It might be 302. It might be 399. But I have this man with an all-purpose 300-yard game. And again, the theme is 3. The theme is 3. And I'm so excited again. So those are going to be my bold predictions. I do have some players to watch. The players to watch on my list are going to be Daniel Bellinger, Isaiah Hodgins, of course, Daniel Jones, John Michael Schmitz. Everett Gray also not only just running the ball, but also on special teams. Can we get some good position in the return game, please? On the defensive side, I have Kayvon Thibodeau, Azeez Ojulari, of course, Bobby Okereke in his debut as a New York Giant, Jason Pinnock, Dexter Lawrence. I can almost say the whole defense, especially those 2 young corners, man. The whole damn team is players to watch. I'm just going to leave the New York Giants are the players to watch. That's how I'm going to do it, man. That's how I'm going to do it. That's how I'm going to leave it. Absolutely. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Other than that, man, Giants fans, you have to be excited right now. You know, I'm chomping at the bit, man. We are 2 days away. 2 days away from seeing what these New York Giants are really made of. And if you believe, like I believe, I expect to see something special Sunday night. Special. Game prediction is the New York Giants defeat the Dallas Cowboys 28-20. Go ahead, take a picture of it, screenshot it, snag it, whatever you want to do. I said it, the New York Giants defeat the Cowboys 28-20, and let's see what's going to happen Sunday night. I will be back for a recap after the game as fast as I possibly can. And yeah, that's about it. So I want to thank everybody for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And from one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. We're 2 days away, people. 2 days away. Let's go.